Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cadet Loftus, and I will be explaining to you building entry procedures. Now, what's the purpose of this? Basically, you have a whole flight right here. You have a lot of people, and you want to get them into this building. The entrance is right here. But you can't obviously have everyone just pile in all at once. They won't let you do that. So, our characters are Flight Commander, is this dollar coin. The Quarter is a guide who carries a flag. And here you have the element leaders, these pennies. The rest of the dimes are just regular cadets. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a flight commander. They're going to have everyone at attention, and they are going to say, guide, secure the guide on and post the door. You think they'd post the guide on, but ironically it's secure the guide on and post the door. So they're going to come over here. They're going to post the guide on right here where there's a guide on rack right here. And they're going to come over here, open the door, and hold the door open. Then the flight commander is going to proceed to say, column of files from the, you can say left or right, depending on where you're at. If this whole flight was shifted over here and it was more convenient for the left side to go first, then you could always do that. So the flight commander is going to say, in this case, column of files from the right, forward, and then whenever the flight commander says forward, these are the element leaders, right? The element leader on the far right, the right side, because they're going to go first, they're going to turn into the mass of the flight, the body of the flight, so that means they're turning left. And for example, turning into the mass of the flight would mean this element leader would turn to the right. This one could turn either way, but because this one, the right element, is going first, they're going to turn into the mass, head this way, and call out. They're going to face this way, and they're going to face to the left, and they're going to call out forward. And at the very same time, these element leaders are going to do the same thing that I said, face in towards a mass. And this one's going to say, stand fast, and this one will also say, stand fast. So what it's going to sound like is, column of files from the right, forward, forward. And at the same time that this element leader calls forward, these are also going to say, stand fast. So you'll hear forward and stand fast at the same time. And when the flight commander says, harch, then these will proceed to go in. This element will proceed to go in. So it's going to sound like column files from the right, forward, forward, harch. And this flight commander will go in, followed by, this element leader will go in, followed by the cadets in that element, okay? And as soon as this last cadet gets almost even with this element leader, the element leader is going to still have their head turned to the right, looking backwards so they can see when this last cadet is approaching. So when this last cadet gets close, this second element leader is going to say, forward. And as soon as this person gets far enough away, the element leader is going to say, harch. So this person's right here. You hear harch. And then this one, this element goes through. And right when this one's coming up, the element leader spots the last cadet. And they're not going to be going one by one. They're going to be marching in a file, but obviously I don't have like 10 fingers, so I can't do it. Or I do have 10 fingers, but I can't do that all at once. So they're going to all go through at once, and this element leader is going to be looking back, sees this cadet. They're going to call forward. This cadet gets far enough. They're going to say harch, and they're going to go through. And usually you can just, if you're over here, it's not a straight line, so technically you can't just say forward harch because that would put you into the building. So it depends on the situation, what your CTA is going to make you do. They might make you call incline right 45 degrees, which would put you into the building. And same with this, the second element leader. They could say incline right 45 degrees. And that'd probably make you look good, but it's not necessary in every case. So once they all get in, the guide will proceed to go in too, and then you'll have the flight commander follow behind. Flight commander is always last because they're the leader.